Welcome everybody, my name is Keith Graves and we're going to talk about our church security firearms qualification course. Now before we talk more about that, if you can do violence upon another person to save your fellow man and you love Jesus, go ahead and hit subscribe and we'll give you some great content where the plans is that we're going to give you great training. We're going to give you everything from drills like this, just simple drills that you can watch and then go to the range and go ahead and make yourself a better shooter, all the way up to use of force talks and stuff like that. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and do me a favor. I brought my friend Rich out here. He's doing all the video camera work and everything. He is a combat veteran, good solid man. Give him a shout out in the comments down below so that way he feels a little bit of love and wants to keep coming out. So our qualification course, I'm going to take you through it. Originally I designed this for my church security team members, and this video, originally I was just going to do it for them so they can see what they're supposed to do, but I want to share it with a wider audience because we have a lot of other churches coming to our training, just to see what else they can do, and I realized there's a need for this. So we're sharing it to everybody for free, so that way you can get out there. So again, hit that like button so that way YouTube knows to share it. Now, as I go through this course, I'm going to have my little sheet of paper because I don't have it memorized, and I'm going to make some pointers about why we're doing certain things. Now, this is going to be a 43 round course of fire. All rounds have to be verified on target in order for you to pass. So you can't have any misses. Now, the farthest we're shooting is 15 yards. You should be able to hit a target in 15 yards. Getting no misses is not the hard part. The hard part is some of the technical stuff that comes down, and we'll go over that. If you have any inoperable firearm that occurs, so if at any point your firearm has any kind of a malfunction, that is up to you to clear it. If you can't clear it and get back into the fight and you go overtime, hey man, that's on you, okay? It'll end out, if you go overtime, it's not a pass. We are going to induce some stoppages that you are going to have to clear, and we're doing that again to make sure we're testing your skills to make sure you can do this. You have 3 attempts to qualify. If you can't do it within those 3 attempts, we're done for the day. You're going to have to come back again, and probably we'll give you a little bit of practice sessions to get up to that point so you can pass. Now, in another video, I went over the dot drill, or I like to call it the 50 round dot drill, because what I want you to do is, if you're not doing very well, I want you to take a box of 50 rounds, load up all your mags. I want you to come up here and go back and look at that video, okay? All you're going to do is you're going to come up, you're going to draw, and then you're going to fire 1 round, come back, and then you're going to holster. And you want to do that without looking at your holster. You want to do everything while you're looking at your target. You're going to do that 50 times, okay? Now, I've been shooting for a decent amount of time before we shot this video. Our target is totally shot up. I apologize. There's 2 of us out here just drilling this thing, and we weren't keeping track of our targets, and we don't have any more targets left. So you're going to see some extra rounds on here. Just know that we'll have you start with a clean target, and you'll be able to see all your hits pretty clearly. Okay, so we're going to start off at the 1 yard line. This simulates that you're having contact with somebody and a deadly force incident shows itself. Now, you're going to fire 3 rounds from any retention position. Now, what we don't want is for you to come out, draw, and then punch out, because the problem now is, well, he can take my gun from me. So when I draw, I want to come up, I want to point it out like this. I suggest you bring your hand in to your chest, and then just fire 3 rounds. Okay, so it's going to look much like this. I don't have a timer with me, so your buzzer's going to go off. You're going to draw, and you're going to fire 3 rounds, and then you're going to holster. Now, there is a time limit. Everybody makes time. The time limit is going to be 5 seconds. There's nobody that doesn't make that time. Everybody, this is a gimme right here. Everybody will do just fine here. So again, remember, bring your fist to your chest, draw, fire in close, fire 3 rounds, and you're good to go. You'll reholster, and then you'll come back to the 3 yard line. Okay, on this next one, I'm going to draw and fire 2 rounds, 5 seconds, dominant hand only. My suggestion is that you go ahead, draw your pistol, punch it out, bring your hand in to your chest, and that makes you nice and tight, right? And then go ahead and fire your rounds. All right, so again, I don't have a buzzer with me. When you do this, we'll bring a pack timer, but I forgot my pack timer. We brought everything but that, and well, extra targets. So the buzzer's gonna go off. And then you go ahead and fire easily. That's within 5 seconds, okay? Okay, so now this next one, we're gonna stay at the 3-yard line. We're gonna fire 2 rounds, but this time we're gonna use our non-dominant hand, and you're gonna start off in a ready position. Now there's 2 ready positions. You have low ready, and then you have high ready. Now low ready, I can see over my pistol, and I can come up and fire. Now high ready, I'm a little bit higher. I'm looking just over the top of my gun, and if I want to fire sighted, I just bring it up slightly, right? So we're going to have you start off in a ready position. You pick your ready position, okay? Either low or high ready. So I like going high ready because, well, I know I'm going to shoot. So I'm going to go high ready. I got 4 seconds. The buzzer's going to go off. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fire my 2 rounds and I'm done, okay? Super simple, super easy. Go ahead and holster. Now the other thing I want you to remember is ammo management. If you run out of ammo and time is still going, it's on you to do a mag change and get back in the fight, okay? If you have a malfunction, that's all on you. So what I suggest is you just kind of keep a mental count of your rounds so that way you can stay in the fight. It is not uncommon for people to all of a sudden run out of ammo, have to do a mag change and not make time. It's just like combat. You should be, just cognizant. You don't have to count your rounds. Just know, like, hey, I think I'm coming up dry. I may want to do a mag change. Either, just do a quick mag change or just top off the mag that you have. Okay, on this next one, we're at the 5-yard line. I'm going to draw and fire 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, okay? Now on the head, we're going to use a standard IPSC target. All you've got to do is hit from the crease up. You don't have to hit the A zone in that IPSC target, okay? So again, you have plenty of time. Now my suggestion on the headshot, a lot of you people are using optics, okay? Or even like, suppressor height sights, or you have something else going on. You want to aim a little high, okay? People tend to, like, I would aim like this part of the person's head, and that's going to bring it right to about here because we're shooting fairly close, right? So you got a decent amount of time. The buzzer's going to go off. You're going to do 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. Okay, and on that one, as much as that target is shot up, I can still see I got a decent A-zone hit on the head. All right, so this one, I'm going to move from the 7-yard line to the 10-yard line while firing. I'm going to fire 5 rounds. What this simulates is, look, you're under fire. You're going to draw, you're going to fire, and you're going to start moving while you fire. Some suggestions. I do exaggerated steps when I walk backwards because I don't want to fall down, okay? You're going to go ahead, punch out, and when you take your steps, I pick up my foot and I almost do like a goose step, and I go from my toe to my heel. And I'll just keep coming back while I'm firing. You can keep your top is basically, your upper torso is basically like a tank turret, right? It's nice and steady. These are your tracks, and you can walk nice and smooth. What you can't do is you can't fire, go take a step back, fire, take a step back, fire. That's going to be a fail. You can't do that. You got to be on the move, right? So literally you're just going to start walking and shooting, and you're going to go back to the 10-yard line. Okay, so again, you got, it's 5 rounds. Everybody makes time for the most part. The problem that we have here is that people stop to shoot. You cannot stop to shoot. You got to learn how to shoot and walk at the same time. And we'll create drills for you later on in this series, so that way you know how to do that, all right? Okay, so when it beeps, you're going to go and fire. Okay, that's simple. Okay, now that I'm back at the 10-yard line, we're going to come forward now and go to the 7. And now we're advancing on the person, and we're going to fire 5 rounds think it was 10 seconds. Let me just double check here. Draw 5 rounds, 10 seconds, going from the 10 to the 7-yard line. Now when you walk, just walk. A lot of people do this like tactical Terry walk, where it's like they do this and they try to do like this, like, I don't know, it's like a monkey walk. It looks hilarious, but everybody does it. What I want you to do is, like, if you're gonna start punching somebody, what do? You plant your foot back and you get ready, right? Same thing with a gunfight. Feet, knees, hips, shoulders square to the target. Dominant leg slightly back. You're gonna draw, and then you're gonna go ahead. When you walk, I walk and shoot like I normally walk, right? And I go heel to toe as I walk, right? From here, I can stop, I can punch somebody, I can, push them back, I can fire, I can do all sorts of stuff from this position. I don't want to see tactical Terry come out, okay? None of this like this. I see people do this. And I'm not sure, I can't tell what that is, man. Just some really goofy stuff, all right? So, again, we're gonna start at the 10-yard line. I'm gonna advance to the 7. I got 5 rounds in 10 seconds, okay? So when it goes off, my suggestion is you start moving forward right away and get the draw, so that way all your rounds are a little bit closer, right? Okay, so it's gonna go off. And then you're done, right? Super simple. Okay, so for this next one, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna replace our current magazine in our pistol with a magazine of preloaded rounds. It's only got 2 rounds in the next magazine. So I actually start with 3 mags when I do this. I've got 2 totally maxed out, and then I got 1 with only 2 rounds in it. This one is because we're gonna have you do a mag change, okay? So let's talk about that administrative reload for a minute. So here's my magazine with only 2 rounds in it. I can feel this one's getting pretty light. Go ahead from your holster, go ahead and hit that mag release button, pull it out. Look at that, man. I was down to my last round. So I've got one round left in there. I've got 2 in there, and I'm just gonna put that in. This one, I don't wanna accidentally, if I got no rounds left, I wanna put it somewhere where I'm not gonna naturally grab it. Now, look, I always keep my spare magazine in my back pocket. Okay, why do I do that? Well, I was working narcotics all the time, and we had some office work, and I don't wanna walk around with a magazine on my belt because it's just uncomfortable. So I went out and did stuff. I just threw it in my back pocket. Now I had it facing a certain way, and it was always there, but that's what I do. Now you can ask the range master or the RSO, the range safety officer, if you want to press check and make sure that you do have 3 rounds in there and you're ready to go. So I'm going to do that just to make sure I'm good to go. I've got my 3 rounds that I need. I've got my extra mag in my, ready to go. So you're going to carry your extra mag wherever you keep that, man. However you do that, all right? That's on you. So for this one, you're going to go ahead and you got 10 seconds to do this round here. I'm going to go ahead, fire my 3 rounds. It's going to lock back. I'm going to sidestep. Doesn't matter which way you go. Sidestep, get off the X. You're going to go ahead, eject that mag, grab your new one, put a new one in, fire 2 more rounds for a total of 5 rounds. You've got plenty of time. What happens here is people won't get off the X, okay? They'll literally just stand here, reload, or the best part, because nobody practices reloads, okay? You'll run out and it'll go out and they'll go, oh, and they'll literally look at it and go, oh. They'll drop the mag and they'll go, because they don't carry a spare mag with them. And so they start searching themselves to remember where they put it, and then they try to get it in. You're not gonna make time, okay? Some people occasionally, because they're trained, they were a prior police officer, prior military, or they've been to schools and they know what they're doing. They're used to getting off the X, but they do it immediately, right? And so they'll come off, fire, and then reload. I'm not gonna ding you for that. I mean, we do want you, the whole purpose is to get you off the X, right? Or to get off like the danger, and it works. And I'll never forget, I was taught this in a SWAT school one time, and it was when this first started coming out. I'm an old guy, so when this first started coming out, get off the X and fire. I had an incident at work, and I can't remember what I had, but it was developing into a deadly force incident. And I remember I drew, sidestepped, And literally, I remember the suspect looking, and he looked the other way, the opposite of where I went, because I went out of his tunnel vision. And dude literally looked around, like, where did he go? And I remember thinking to myself, damn, that works, you know? So it does work. This is why we're having you do it, okay? So fire 3 rounds, it's gonna lock back, do your emergency reload, fire 2 more, and you're done, okay? You're gonna do it on the beep. Again, I forgot my timer, I apologize. We're unprepared. We remembered everything else, but not extra targets and a timer. It happens. All right. Okay, still plenty of time to do that. I'm just gonna leave my mag on the ground. I'll come back and pick it up later. All right, on this next stage of fire, we're gonna be on the 7-yard line. You're gonna go ahead and load a magazine with 4 live rounds and then 1 dummy round. Now, I don't have any dummy rounds because I'm cheap and I don't buy any. I literally just pick up a spent 9mm round because I'm shooting 9. If you're shooting 45, use a 45 round. If you're shooting 40, go ahead and give your gun back to the 1990s. They want it back. So what you're gonna do is whatever caliber you got, you go take that empty. If you didn't go on Amazon and buy you know, a dummy round, go ahead and load that in there. And then you're gonna go ahead and administratively load your magazine. Now you have 12 seconds. You're gonna go through this. You're gonna go ahead and have a malfunction. Now look, your malfunction. When it goes, it's gonna go click. Everybody does the same thing. They look at it and they stare at their gun and then they go, oh, and then they rack the slide and then try to get back in it. Now here's the problem. If you remember in our training, we want you to tap your magazine. There's a procedure for this and it goes, watch me, it'll go super quick. You're gonna tap your magazine, turn your gun upside down. You're gonna rack that slide back with authority. Do it like a man. Pull that thing back all the way. Don't ride it forward. Pull it back, let it go. The bad round drops out, let gravity do the work. A new round comes in, come back up and fire. Here's the problem. A lot of people go, why do I gotta turn it upside down? I can see the malfunction, I'm just gonna eject it out. Well, the problem is sometimes gravity works so well, it throws it right back in the chamber. And then you get this horrible, horrible malfunction, okay? Look, the proper procedure, tap, upside down, rack, assess, but it's qualification course, so you're gonna have to fire. And then you're gonna do that all the way through. You got 12 seconds, plenty of time, right? And just in case I forget, I'm actually gonna put a link for a download of this qualification course for the people that aren't in our church. So you can download it, look at it, and try to do whatever you want with it, okay? All right, so the buzzer's gonna go off and you got 12 seconds, right?
Yep.
Now I take that opportunity to do a proper mag exchange right at the end because in real life you're gonna expend your ammo and you want to do it, just train like you fight, okay? Stay in the fight, keep it loaded. On this next one, we're gonna stay at the 7. You got 4 rounds, 7 seconds. You're gonna go ahead and shoot, what do you want to call it? Weak hand. Some people say don't call it weak hand anymore, call it your offhand. Whatever, man, it's your weak hand. I don't know about you, but I'm a righty. My lefty doesn't perform like my right, so it's my weak hand. All right. You got 4 rounds, 7 seconds. You're gonna start from the low ready. Remember, you got your low ready, high ready, whichever one you want, okay? I keep my fist in tight, keep my body tight. Buzzer goes off, fire. That's it, you're done. Now on this next one, again, 7-yard line, you're gonna fire 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. Again, a little bit rougher because you're farther back. Take your time with that head shot. Remember, anything from the crease above, you'll be good to go, okay? Or from the shoulders up. Yeah, you got 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, super simple. You got plenty of time. Do it when the buzzer starts. Just above, I went just above the A zone on that, just creased the top of it. I'll take it though, all right? Okay, so on this last one, I'm gonna come back to the 15-yard line. This is the farthest that you're gonna have to shoot during the qualification. 6 rounds, 9 seconds. 6 rounds, 9 seconds. It's 15 yards. You'll be good to go, okay? When the buzzer starts, go ahead, take your deep breath, and go ahead and start squeezing that trigger. 6 rounds, 9 seconds. Is that what I meant? Right? Is that what I said? Yep. Yep, we're good. Now when you're done, go ahead and make your weapon clear. Show that you're clear. Visually, physically inspect, and then holster an empty weapon. Okay, so that's it. We like this one a lot better. We like this one because, look man, it's more realistic for what you're doing at the church in real life. Do me a favor, leave a comment at the bottom. Let us know what you think. Give a shout out to Rich. He's a good man. He's out here working hard too. And then just let me know what you think. And then we're gonna put up more content, so make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, follow us. We're gonna have some good content for you guys. Take care, be safe.